people like taking sides and everything, and I'm just like, the way people are like almost making it seem like you guys literally hate each other makes me like absolutely laugh, because I'm just like, you guys, this is where the parasocial jumps out with people. It's like, you guys, if you guys hated each other's guts, you guys wouldn't be sitting on these couches right now, you know?
100%.
And like, you guys wouldn't be touring together and stuff, and it's just like, they act like that like ended your guys' friendship or something like that, and there's like sides.
And like, I want to talk about this. So Tana came out with a video, and you don't need to speak for Tana at all. But Tana came out with a video, was like, we are totally against this. We don't stand for that on this show, yada, yada, yada. And then you came back on like a month later. What was the feeling coming back? Did you feel guilty? Were you like, I should not be doing this? Like what? And let me preface this a little bit more. I think for the audience, it's interesting, like what that process looks like behind the scenes. So like, just what was your feeling?
Like, of course, I was very apprehensive. I was nervous, of course, because at this point, you know, I had such reactive responses and like emotional responses, and I'd been so, you know, I like I said, I said all the wrong things, and I was afraid. So I sat down again, and I'm afraid. But that's my job, and I had to sit down, and I'm in a contract, and I have to work, and I feel like a lot of people were frustrated that I didn't take longer to process it all. I think, to me though, it was hard for me to explain, but for everybody else, like they saw the tweets, and that was the first time they had experienced that, you know what I mean? But I knew those tweets existed. I was ashamed of those tweets long before anyone brought them to my attention, you know what I mean? Like, and I'd been vocal about that. You can find on my social media today, like on my Facebook and on my Instagram, me talking about how, like, I can't believe the things that I used to believe. I can't believe that I ever played like such a part in this. And nobody thinks they're racist. Like, well, there are people who of course think they're racist, but there are a lot of people who think like, because I don't dislike black people, because I don't feel differently about black people, I can't be racist. And that's not true. And I feel like I had such a learning curve with that, where I was like, oh, a lot of the things that I've said and done are racist, even though I know that I don't dislike black people.
Let's talk about some drama. That canceled podcast is finally over. Ryan, what are your thoughts? How are you going to go on with your life? How will you live? How will you survive?
Well, I don't know. I think Tana will probably continue the show by herself, and it'll be a lot better.
What? Bro, damn.
What?
That was a brutally, I guess, truthfully honest answer from you.
Why is it over?
Brooke, I mean, come on.
What don't you like about Brooke?
I don't know.
She's a racist.
Yeah.
No, I just had a simple question here. But are you gonna miss the show or not? I don't want to get into all this.
She just, I don't know.
I mean, speak your mind. You know.
I'm not speaking my mind. Just going by what I read on the internet.
Yeah, I'm repeating what I heard on the internet. She's racist. She's dating a file, and then something else.
Man, those are their own fans ruin their show.
Picture this: you crack open Instagram on an ordinary Tuesday, and bam, Brooke Schofield, the internet's messy storytelling princess, is flashing a diamond the size of a TikTok-like button. Overnight, a fair-haired 28-year-old with a podcast called Cancelled morphs into Cinderella, but the glass slipper is wired with alarms. Is this an influencer love story, or the prequel to yet another public meltdown? Keep watching, because the deeper we dig, the stranger it gets. Years before she trended for a ring, Brooke was just another University of Arizona nursing major board of textbooks and fluorescent dorm lights. In 2018, she punted homework, packed up, and headed west chasing Hollywood neon. Viral story times about toxic exes earned her millions of views. Teaming with Tana Mongeau in 2021 on the Cancelled podcast rocketed her follower count past 2 million. Fans loved the unfiltered BPD confessions, chaotic apartment tours, and comedic cell phones that made you feel as if your wildest group chat friend suddenly had a camera crew. By 2023, Brooke had mastered the algorithmic tightrope. Cry about heartbreak at 10 a.m., laugh about it by noon, drop a haul at dusk, and rack up six-figure sponsorships by midnight. But if fame is a furnace, drama is the fuel, and 2024 was doused in gasoline. That August, Cancelled's live tour sold out in under an hour, yet backstage whispers hinted Brooke and Tana spent intermission in separate green rooms. Twitter sleuths dissected every side-eye, every clipped laugh, crafting conspiracy threads longer than one piece. Brooke responded the only way she knew, by dropping more content. She called it radical honesty. Critics called it oversharing on hard mode. Either way, views piled up faster than apologies. Scroll back to October 2024. Brooke starts soft launching a new boyfriend, first a cropped wrist here, a blurry silhouette there, light leaks editing out anything that might betray a jawline. Internet sleuths, starved for intel, drag each pixel into Photoshop until they uncover at Miles McFly, aka Miles Canton. The McFly isn't accidental. Miles is the son of Neil Canton, executive producer of the Back to the Future trilogy. Yes, the man who helped send Michael J. Fox careening through time. A real-life Nepo baby with permanent VIP invites to Louis Vuitton shows. Miles moves through celebrity circles like a Roomba with better PR. Sophia Richie's bachelorette weekend, Kendall Jenner's tequila launch, unnamed yacht parties in St. Bart's. On paper, he's 37, business savvy, and romantically linked to Brooke for, depending on which anonymous Reddit post you trust, either 2 months or a secret 9-month slow burn. Brooke insists it's been over a year of pure happiness, but the internet is allergic to uncertainty. And when the internet doubts, the internet digs. Enter TikTok Detective Becca Day and the Isabella slideshow. 6 minutes of grainy 2015 Ask.fm screenshots show Miles, then 27-ish, linked to 17-year-old model Isabella Pestchart. There's a beach selfie with matching shell necklaces, a birthday shout-out laced with purple heart emojis, a comment, "Can't wait for prom night," that sets comment sections ablaze. No one can verify the images, but virality rarely waits for fact-checkers. Within 24 hours, the clip racks up 4.2 million plays, and the word predator ricochets across timelines like a warning siren. Brooke fires back in a shaky close-up filmed from her kitchen island. The screenshots are fan cosplay, Isabella was just a family friend, and Miles never crossed a line. She tells followers to touch grass and log off. But receipts multiply faster than denials. Subreddit detectives overlay timestamps. An ex-friend claims Miles bragged about dating a gorgeous high school muse. And a Getty Images search coughs up a 2016 gala photo that places Miles mere feet from Isabella. Suddenly, the fandom divides into warring camps. Hashtag Brooke believers versus hashtag Milesgate.
I guess Brooke was saying like she got thousands of hate comments, like they would get thousands of hate comments from doing the podcast. So like, you know, it was a hard thing to continue to do.
That's literally why we ended Plan B. It was just hate comments and it was not fun anymore. And then you just like learn to hate it. And so I mean, I totally get that part where it's like, it's not enjoyable anymore.
I think it just depends where you look. I mean, I don't know about them, but anytime I ever saw a clip about the canceled podcast, or it seemed like it was mostly love.
Well, I think they genuinely do hate each other. Like they don't seem like they actually like each other outside of having, I mean, they don't even seem like they like each other on the podcast.
Damn. Okay. I don't really watch a lot of the podcasts. You know, I get a clip here and there.
I mean, I do only see clips, but it is them always disagreeing. Or it's like the Jorts Gate was crazy, or it just seems like...
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've heard of it, but just
it's probably a good thing that they're ending this, like for their mental health. It just doesn't seem beneficial for anyone besides making money.
June 26, 2025. Brooke posts a sunset proposal photo captioned "Forever starts now." Supporters flood the comments with glitter emojis and "so deserved, queen." Meanwhile, a darker tide rolls in. Hashtag Protect Brooke trends alongside hashtag Dump McFly. TikTok splits like the Red Sea, half react with squeals, half with side-eye compilations of every questionable Miles rumor. Even House of Highlights reposts the ring, then quietly deletes it after backlash spikes. Tabloids jump aboard. Her campus runs "Is Brooke's fiancé problematic?" while Page 6 cheekily titles theirs "Back to the Questionable Future." Brooke, basking in the honeymoon glow of her carousel post, spends the next 48 hours blocking trolls, then rage tweets about people with nothing better to do than police someone else's engagement. Screenshots of the tweets, of course, travel faster than any deletion. Enter Ashlyn, a 24-year-old commentary creator who pairs razor-sharp takes with microbangs Brooke will soon roast. In a 1-minute video, Ashlyn diagnoses Brooke's whirlwind engagement as a classic BPD love bomb spiral, warns her to get a grip, and labels Miles a walking red flag. The video cracks 3 million views in 6 hours. Brooke's temper cracks sooner. She comments, "You can't talk about me with bangs like that." Influencer law: the nastier the clap back, the faster the screenshot. Viewers immortalize the jab before Brooke deletes it. Ashlyn answers with a smirk, "Racist, mean girl, dating a predator, work on you, babe." Brooke retaliates with a 3-minute rant that is half apology, half roast session. She claims she snapped after thousands of rancid comments, calls Ashlyn's bangs an angle of chaos, then ends with "your eyebrows are in witness protection." Fans split. Some cheer Brooke's honesty. Finally, a human moment. Others brand her Regina George with a ring light. Brands lurking in her sponsorship queue quietly hit pause. Then the plot weird ends. Ashlyn jokes about enemies to lovers, suggests a make-out to settle the beef. Brooke replies, "Fine," they eat, then follows with "Stop tagging me. I already said I accept." TikTok collectively screams. What began as digital bloodsport ends in flirtatious banter, leaving everyone dizzy and, somehow, even more invested. If Brooke hoped new love would bury old sins, the internet had other plans. Back in August 2024, users dug up a string of 2012 to 15 tweets laced with racial slurs and Trayvon Martin jokes. Brooke released a tearful, 7-minute apology. "I was ignorant and disgusting." She vowed donations, allyship, listening, not talking, and ended with "hold me accountable forever." Some Black creators praised the apology's no-but tone. Others noted apology culture follows a predictable arc: crime, silence, discovery, tearful video, sponsor exodus, slow brand reentry. Brooke's trajectory matched the textbook. While sponsors eventually trickled back, every fresh scandal, like today's engagement uproar, reopens the wound. In 2025, the tweets remain a ghostly refrain beneath every comment thread. "We didn't forget." Speculation swirls that Brooke and Tana's friendship is cracking under stress. On a recent canceled episode, co-host Amari addresses rumors. If they hated each other, they wouldn't be on this couch. Yet fans aren't buying it. They clock that Tana hasn't publicly congratulated Brooke, hasn't retweeted the ring pic, hasn't even commented an emoji. Twitter super sleuths splice together side-by-side clips. Tana's eye roll at Brooke's fiancé mention. Brooke's micro-grimace when Tana drags an ex for filth. Threads explode. Contractual co-workers masquerading as BFFs versus sisters who bicker. Calm down. Meanwhile, ticket sales for their fall live show spike. Controversy sells. If Brooke and Tana are playing 4D chess with the drama algorithm, they're winning. Behind the screens, crisis management emails fly like confetti. A leaked deck titled Operation Diamond Dust outlines 3 action items. 1. Schedule a joint charity live stream to pivot narrative. 2. Release a couple's Q&A video shot in neutral lighting. Humanize Miles. 3. Quietly phase Brooke's older apology clips back into private mode. Insiders claim Brooke balked. That's erasing growth. Her team counters. We're mitigating brand erosion. Meanwhile, a skincare sponsor postpones a launch citing creative uncertainty, and Brooke's agent allegedly shops a reality dating show concept. BPD, Bling, and Beverly Hills. Why does this saga matter to people who've never met Brooke? Because the influencer ecosystem runs on parasocial glue. When a creator overshares mental health struggles, you feel like a confidant. When she announces an engagement to a man of dubious reputation, you panic like she's your roommate. Commenting becomes a collective coping mechanism, a digital slumber party shriek. You're not stalking, you're holding her accountable. But accountability culture can morph into popcorn-fueled puritanism. We cheer honesty until it gets uncomfortable, demand transparency until the glass shatters, then punish the shards for being sharp. Brooke's story is a perfect storm. Mental health openness, scandal history, and now a ring that glitter filters can't conceal. One viewer's empowerment arc is another's cautionary tale. Both sides refresh their feeds waiting to be proven right. So, is Brooke Schofield sprinting toward a happily ever after or speedrunning her own sequel to Cancelled? The ring is real, the backlash louder than wedding bells, and the internet jury is split 51-49 on whether Miles is soulmate or smoke screen. Here's the real cliffhanger. Brooke insists she's finally safe and seen. Critics insist she's love-blinded and brand drunk. If time proves Brooke right, we get a YouTube wedding special and maybe a best-selling memoir about trusting your gut. If the critics win, we'll watch another tearful confessional titled, I Ignored Every Warning Sign. Your verdict? Drop a comment, smash like, and subscribe for receipts served hot the moment they drop. Next up, we might unpack Miles McFly's mysterious Hollywood business deals or finally decode whether Tana's silence is shade or solidarity. Remember, on the internet, yesterday's tea brews tomorrow's hurricane. Stay curious, stay caffeinated, and keep your bangs level, folks.